So every year around this time, I notice something. Families spend so much time preparing for the first day of school, but not nearly enough time preparing for the first month. Back to school season feels stressful and overwhelming, not because of the first day, but because of all of the routines, the activities, the homework, the sports, and all of the everyday activities colliding at once. That's why every July, I start what I call a back to school reset because I don't prepare for just the first day of school. I prepare for the first month. And I'm going to share today with you what that looks like for my family. Hello, my name is Dr. Tiffany Harrison, and welcome to Tiffany Does It All, where we are being intentional about building a beautiful, full life on purpose. Around here, I'm sharing what I'm learning about intentional living through family, traditions, hosting, travel, and just making everyday moments more meaningful. So, if you're looking for some practical advice or some honest conversation to help you build a life that you love, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. So it's the end of July, which means we are a few weeks out from school starting. Just to give you some background about me and my family, I am a married mother of two. I have a daughter, Annalise, who is 10 and getting ready to start the fifth grade. And I have a son, Martin, who is 8, who we affectionately call Deuce, and he's getting ready to start the third grade. Both of my children are in a Chinese immersion program, which means we can look forward to another year of learning in both English and in Mandarin. That means homework, projects, and busy schedules for both of them. At the same time, Annalise is entering into her fifth competitive cheerleading season. My son Deuce is about to start tackle football, and before you know it, every evening in my home, someone has somewhere that they need to be. Years ago, I'd wait until the week before school before I start really thinking about all of this and how do I get it done and how do I get everybody where they need to be. Also, every year, it felt super stressful. Felt like we were scrambling. It felt like nobody was sleeping well. It felt like we were reacting instead of preparing for what we knew we had all signed up for. So now I try to be very intentional about my reset before school ever even begins. So let's talk about reset number one. We reset our routines before school does. So this means about 2 weeks before school starts, we start easing back into our school schedule. This means that times get earlier, and this means wake up times also get earlier. I'll be honest, my kids tell me that this is a black thing, like their white friends don't do that. I don't know if that's true or not. You guys can let me know in the comments if this is a black thing or a white thing. But I know it works for us. None of them love it. I don't love it, but I'd much rather have 2 weeks of small adjustments than a miserable Monday morning when I have to get out to work and I have kids that are being totally uncooperative. Usually during that 2 week time frame, they've had the time to get through whatever it is that they don't like about either going to bed earlier or getting up earlier. And by the time we are on the first day of school, their bodies have adjusted, which makes everything just feel that much more smoother. So reset number two is that we reset the calendar before we actually get super busy. I think one of the best things that we've done as a family, and I'll actually give my husband credit for this one, it was his idea, but we have a shared Google Calendar. And this has everything a Harrison would need to be at on it. Every Harrison, me, the kids, my husband, all of our stuff is on there. So we're talking school events, cheerleading events, football events, doctor's appointments, meetings, family events, birthday parties, date night. If it requires any of us to leave the house, it is on the calendar. During our summer reset, I take a moment to sit down and make sure every commitment that I'm already aware of, which is quite a bit at this point, are on that calendar. I know more things will be added later as the season continues, but starting with an organized calendar helps us to see the season before we're actually living in it. It also helps us to make better decisions about what we can continue to commit to because we're not reacting. We have been intentional about our planning. So, reset number three for me is to build relationships early. And the relationships that I'm talking about right now are with my kids' teachers. So, once we get that classroom list or that email that tells us your kid is in such and such as classes, I email those teachers to make sure I'm connecting with them. I want to send them an intro email letting them know who our family is. And I also give them some background about who my kids are as learners. I talk about their strengths, I talk about what motivates them, anything that I think will help us start building a partnership from day one. As both an educator and a parent, I've learned that the best school years usually begin with strong communication between home and school. If your child has an IEP, I'd encourage you not to wait until the first concern come up to actually reach out. You should be doing that preemptively. Reach out early, ask to schedule a meeting with the teachers, just so that way you guys are all on the same page. That way, should there be an issue, we can recalibrate because we've already talked and we are already in alignment with how we are approaching education for your child. Starting the year with everyone on the same page can make such a huge difference. I encourage you, if you've not done so already, send that email. Reset number 4 is to prepare for the surprises. One of the ways I do this is by ordering extra school supplies. So, in addition to all the things that the teachers ask for, I try to keep a few things in stock in my house. I'm talking about poster boards, scissors, glue sticks, markers, printer paper, crayons, you name it. I probably have it because if you have been a parent for more than 5 minutes, especially a school age parent, you already know what's coming. It's 8:30 on a school night, and someone comes and says, "Mom, I forgot to tell you that I have a poster board due tomorrow." Keeping those things in the house and ready for a last minute save is so crucial, and honestly just takes so much stress out of my world, because I can tell you, as the person who generally would be the one running to Staples or Target to now try to get this done. I don't want to live that way. So it's just easier to have those things here. Sometimes being prepared isn't about being glamorous, it's just practical. So this is one of the ways that you can save yourself some time and some energy and hopefully some stress, is by being prepared for the fact that the kids don't always communicate as well and as clearly and as timely as we would want them to. Reset number 5. Each child needs something different. And so because we know that, we don't prepare the each child the same way for the school year. One of my kids might need more conversations about friendships, social situations, navigating pressures that come with the new school year. Another child might need to spend more time setting goals on what it means to be emotionally regulated, managing big feelings when things don't go as planned. Every child has different strengths, every child has different challenges, and our goal is not to make them identical. It's to give each of them the tools that they need to be successful, not just in the classroom, but in life. So something I've realized over the years is that preparing for school is less about like making sure that they have all the school supplies, but it's mostly about making sure that my kids have a home that feels calm when things get a bit chaotic. We can't control every challenge that our kids will face this school year, but we can give them consistency. We can give them routines, and we can certainly give them support. And I think that those things matter way more than having like the trendiest backpack or the new back to school outfit ready for the first thing. I'm not saying not to do those things. I enjoy those pieces as well. But I think where we should be focusing our energy is just making sure that the kids feel supported as they transition back to school. If your children are heading back to school in the next few weeks, don't do all of the things at once, because that may feel overwhelming, and that is not my goal to overwhelm you. But I think you can pick one of these things and apply it this week. Reset the bedtime. Maybe you want to get started there. Or begin updating your calendar so that way you already know what types of things you guys have already committed to, and you can kind of see where you might need to build in some breaks or some time off where the kids are not over committed. Introduce yourself to the teacher. If you already know who your kid's teacher is, it's a great time to shoot off that email and introduce yourself and your kids and their learning styles. Or something simple as buying the extra poster board. Maybe you don't need it this year, but I promise you at some point you will need it. Small things that are done intentionally right now can make a really big difference a month from now. Because remember, we're not preparing for the first day of school. We are preparing for the first month. Thank you for spending a few moments with me talking about how we can prepare for a less chaotic start to the school year. I'd love to actually hear from you, though. What is one thing that your family does every year to prepare for the new school year? Share it in the comments, because I love to leave these conversations with new ideas as well. I hope you're learning something from me. I'd also like to learn something from you. If this video was helpful, I'd love to have you here on a regular basis. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications, because we've got football season coming up, some cheer season stuff coming up, fall traditions, and some really exciting family adventures coming your way as well. Until next time, building a beautiful full life on purpose over in my space. Hope you're doing it in your space as well. I'll see you soon.